Good morning. It's currently 7:34 in the morning. Very early. And I was sleeping, and then all of a sudden, just an idea came in my mind. Why don't I do an analysis of the two greatest films in the history of films? The best films. Number one, there's no better films than these two films. And that would be Paul Blart, Mall Cop, and Paul Blart, Mall Cop 2. Easily the two best films in American history. Okay, the two best. So essentially, what I want to do is a little bit of an analysis. Obviously, hopefully all of you have seen it, and you should have. It's an American classic. I don't know why you wouldn't have seen it. And if you don't remember, a little way to jog your memories is a fat dude on a Segway who thinks he's a cop. So that's pretty much the first one. He's basically trained to be a police officer. He fails at it. So he becomes a mall cop, which is where most police officers end. Unfortunate career path. Stay in school. And the second one, he is going across the country because his daughter got into UCLA, and he's from West Orange, New Jersey. So he's going to check out California. And of course, this fat fuck can't avoid trouble and gets into trouble there. The similarities, it's a fat guy in a button-down with Segway. Yeah, doing stupid shit. But American classic, it's the best. Differences, I think that the whole thing is different. One takes place on the East Coast, which is Paul Blart, Mall Cop 1. The other one takes place on the West Coast. I was thinking he may have lost 10 pounds for the second one, but that's up to him and his dietitian. 10 pounds would be a great thing for him to lose. I think he could really use it. It would help him on the Segway, pick up some pace with that. In terms of character development, I think we really see Paul Blart develop thoroughly in the first one. I mean, you get the agonizing defeat in the beginning where he does not become a cop, which is obviously not great if your whole career path is you're trying to become a cop. But he powers through that adversity. He becomes a mall cop, obviously a very high up position in this country. I mean, as competent as some people running our government. Actually more competent, unfortunately. But yeah, so he's going through this adversity, and we see him develop from being down on himself to being a mall cop, then taking it very seriously, because he understands this is like his path in life now. And he develops in the sense that he takes on a greater role of himself in his position. And when a bank heist goes on, and then people are trying to steal from the mall, he's flying around in a Segway, and he's just making all the right moves, and he gets the girl in the end. So his character develops from a sad, fat guy to a fat guy who takes his job very seriously to a happy fat guy who's still a mall cop. So in this span of time, he has stopped a robbery from occurring, and the dude he's still a mall cop. He doesn't even get a raise. Yeah, just that. It is what it is. In the second one, I don't think we see as much character development. You get to see a little more of his relationship with his daughter, but it's really more about just him. As always, sequels are never as good as the original. I think it lacks in character development. We do see him, obviously, go to a different part of the country, but I don't think that really adds to his character. I think it was a poor attempt at a sequel. While it's still an American classic, just because it's an American classic, it can be bad. But it's a poor attempt at a sequel. And if we look at the endings, we can see he gets the girl on both ends. The first one he gets the girl, and the second one he gets the girl. So I mean he's winning, I guess, because we're tired of winning. So if I was to determine the better film, I think it's a very easy choice. You look at, essentially, which one is he fatter in? I think he's fatter in the first one. That's a plus. You don't want a skinny mall cop. What the fuck? What's the point? And, the character development in the first, just obviously better in the second. And I think the plot line is much better. I think him just going across the country and then stopping some random shit from being stolen in the second one is, like, whatever. But in the first one, like, we really get to see him develop And I really get to see him go through some shit. And then, like, protect the mall on Black Friday. So I think it's an evident choice that Paul Blart, Mall Cop, is significantly better than Mall Cop 2, while still being two American classics. That we have to remember, they're both American classics. So with that being said, good night, or good morning, and have a wonderful day.